Hey, good morning to you. It is Daybreak at iFiber One News Radio. I'm Jeff Slakey. Let's see, it's 70 degrees outside. It'll be a great morning. Sit out on the water, looking out on the bay, and, just fingers crossed that you may see an orca or two. Well, if you say, gosh, Jeff, I don't have a place like that. Oh, wait, I may indeed have a place like that for you as we welcome in Dawn Pinnell with Riveting Radio Real Estate. Morning, Dawn.
Good morning, Jeff. I have just the place.
This listing here on Libby looks nice as you'll be able to see the pictures of it when we post the video interview here on the website and Facebook. Tell me about this place.
It is gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous. It would be a perfect place to sit out in the Adirondack chairs and watch the orchids go by.
Uh-huh.
It's right on Hammersley, right at Libby Point, kind of back in a little cove there, right next door to the Lighthouse on Hammersley Bed and Breakfast, if anybody's familiar where that is. So it's got this gorgeous lawn that goes right down to the water. No bank, you're right there. It's 6.25 acres, so a lot of property. And then the house is kind of set back a little bit, and believe it or not, there is a tennis court in the front yard. So you have a waterside athletic court at this place. It's got its own well, its own septic. The house is 1.5 stories with a full basement. The basement is, you can't access the basement from the house. You have to go out around. So the former owner just used it for storage, but it's totally finished. And
Could that be a rental property maybe? Or
you'd have to do some work because there's no bathroom or anything down there. You'd have to do some work on it, but it does have a separate entrance. So, and you walk into the front and there's a butler's pantry, an honest Scotch butler's pantry in this thing. So you walk in the front door, and to your right, there's a locked door, but it goes directly into the butler's pantry with its own little sink, and it's all the shelving and a little wood stove in there and everything. So for bringing in groceries and that kind of thing, you just take it right into there, and then the kitchen is right off to that.
Nice.
There's a sunroom that's got a hot tub in it that's connected to the kitchen and the master bedroom. Master bedroom looks right out onto the water. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful views.
Spectacular views, and 3 levels of decks, that you can enjoy, sit out there and enjoy. If you don't want to sit in the Adirondack chairs, you can sit on the deck.
Now, so we talked about how big this is, but this is a long lot.
Long lot, yes. I think it's a little bit wider at the road. It goes all the way out to Libby Road, and then the actual waterfront is right around 135 feet. So a good size chunk of waterfront even, but then it goes back. But it's really neat. You drive in off of Libby Road, and so you've got this gorgeous meadow on the right side of you, and then on the left side of you, you've got this gorgeous stand of trees. So, and then you drive down the driveway. It's a private driveway, really well maintained. So you drive down, and then you get to the end of the driveway, and you have this expanse of waterfront in front of you. So I when I first saw it, I thought you have the best of what Mason County has to offer. You've got the trees, you've got the beach, you've got the meadow, you got it all. So it really is a spectacular property. We've got it listed for $549,900. So, a good healthy chunk of change to buy, but certainly worth it. It has covered parking for 4 cars. And then the one garage has a huge, I didn't measure it, but I would say football field size in the back, maybe half a football field, in the back, that's got all kinds of shelving and stuff in it. It's got just a dirt floor, but it's covered, and it's got shelving in little work areas. It would be a perfect workshop of some kind. So it is really, really a neat place. Got the hardwood floors, got the beamed ceilings, got the really big French doors going out to the decks. It's really, and it's got this really cool into the dining room brick pass through with an archway.
Yeah.
Going, and you see the dining room through there, and then it's got a downdraft grill in one corner there, going right out into the dining room. So, and a huge living room, and then the half story upstairs has 2 bedrooms and a full bath. So
I mean,
yeah,
this is a getaway.
it is a getaway. It is. It
Your own
is.
private paradise, like it says in the listing.
It is, yes, and it could very well be your next house. So, the reason, and part of the reason, other than that this is a new listing, that I wanted to talk about this one today is because I used two new tools
Okay.
that we have available to us, and I'm kind of excited about them. One is drone photography. So I hired a guy with a drone, and he went out and I think he took some really good pictures. One of the neatest things that he did that you'll see when you look at the pictures, and I, again, would really encourage folks to go on YouTube or Facebook and see these pictures. He took an overhead picture of the lot, and then he drew the property lines in on the picture. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then a lot of the pictures of the house, and looking back, you see our drone photography. And then the other thing that I use, so that's a drone photography is something that is available now and is certainly put to good use in something like this, because you can really see more than a still shot would show you. And the other thing that we use that we have in our office, I would almost say is exclusive to John L. Scott in Shelton, is called a Matterport camera. And what that does, the gal who puts it together, she goes out and she sets up her camera, and it does a 360 picture, and then it it gets put into a virtual tour link, and then you can basically walk through the house with your mouse and your there's little circles on the floor, and you can click on those and then do a 360 around there, and you can climb up the stairs, and you can look out the view from the window. It's pretty cool.
Admittedly, Don, I am doing this right now while you're talking. I am looking at this.
It's habit forming.
I'm going to get lost.
It's addicting, yeah. And then the other thing you can do, that's called the dollhouse view. And then you can also click on the floor plan view, and that'll show you an overhead of the first floor and the second floor. And you'll see the where the rooms are and the dividing things. So it's pretty neat. So we've been using
selling houses easy.
Yeah. You may have seen something like this on like the Redfin commercials. They show that little virtual tour. So this is similar to that. So we've been using that on a couple of listings, and it's really kind of fun to do.
How long does it take to do this?
I'm not sure. I think it takes her about an hour or so because she's got this camera that she sets up on a tripod, and like I said, it does a 360 view of around where it is, and then you move it on to the next spot and do a 360 there, and then she sends it off to the company, and then they put it together in a link that kind of puts it all together.
So if I'm listing my house, does this technology cost me more to work with you to do this?
It does not at this point, because the camera belongs to the office. So I can use this. The drone photography is an expense.
Right.
In this case, I picked that up as cost of advertising, but that's between the seller and the realtor as to who's going to pay for that, because it is. I think it was $250 for
the drone.
15 pictures to choose from for the drone. And then, I have used professional photographers in the past too, and that's about what they charge. So you have to kind of balance out, what the house is listed for as to what percentage you're going to be spending on advertising. So
cool.
In this particular case, it was well worth the expense of doing that, because it's a very cool house. I would encourage everybody to go see it online. The address is 330 East Libby Road, so it's right on that Libby Cove area out on Hammersley Inlet. So very cool place. Very cool place.
All right, Don, how do we get in touch with you if you want to go look at this?
You can call me at 360-490-4493, or you can stop in and see me at the corner of 3rd and Railroad at the John L. Scott office, and I would love to take you out and show you this place.
It's 8:50 now, and we'll be back, a couple weeks for another Riveting Radio Real Estate here. Today is, August 4th, so we'll have you back on the 18th.
I will be here. I will be here.
Thanks, Don.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.